So Alex, could you read us a section of Idle Gossip?
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to read a little section of Idle Gossip. This takes place right after Alice auditions with hundreds of other people at the Top 10 Entertainment auditions. And after the dance segment and the singing segment, everyone is told that they're dismissed except for Alice. And so now she's walking up to the judges panel. "Alice Choi, it's a pleasure to meet you," said a woman in a maroon blazer. Her hair was swept up into an elegant knot, and her lipstick was exactly the color of her blouse. "My name is Jackie Kim, and I oversee the girls' wing of Top 10 Entertainment's residence for trainees and idols. Many of the English-speaking residents call me Miss Jackie." She extended a hand with long red fingernails so glossy they looked wet. "Nice to meet you," I said, shaking her hand. I continued down the row of judges, exchanging handshakes as I went. The woman from the Noribong cupped my hand in between her palms and said, "Good job, Alice Choi." She had a kind of squinty, wistful expression, like the one my mom gets when she's really proud of me. When I reached the end of the table, Miss Jackie introduced the man with the orange glasses, who was still busy on his phone. "And this is Kim Sung-min, or Mr. Kim. He's Top 10 Entertainment's founder and CEO. Mr. Kim offered me a limp hand and a grunt, and then returned to his texting. "Please tell us, where are you from?" asked Miss Jackie. "I'm from California." "Northern or Southern?" "San Francisco." "And you speak any Korean?" I looked at my scuffed up shoes. Not so much." Miss Jackie smiled tightly. "That is quite all right. Language can be taught, stage presence cannot. I take it you've had several years of voice training, yes?" "Yes," I said, lifting my eyes back up to meet hers. "I've been taking voice lessons since I was about 8. I was also in a chorus back home." "Alice, I'm going to cut to the chase," said Miss Jackie. "You have a singular voice, the likes of which this panel only encounters once or twice in a career." I stood completely still, trying not to blink for fear of missing even one syllable of what she was saying. "However, to be perfectly frank," oh, here it comes, the dancing. "Your dancing is subpar." I knew the dancing would screw me. I could almost see the wavy lines forming as the dream sequence melted back into reality. "We are searching for the 5th and final member of a debut girl group, and the hope was that she could be a capable singer and dancer." Miss Jackie paused to consider me, pursing her maroon lips. "However," oh, thank God there was a however, "it would be foolish not to accept you into the program considering your immense singing talent. I've seen dancers in similar shape rise to our standards with the proper training, but to meet the level of excellence we require of our idols, you would have to commit to a rigorous dance training schedule. Is that something you would be willing to do?" Yes, I am." I was so relieved they were still considering me, I probably would have agreed to tattoo Top 10 Entertainment on my forehead. "Very good. We spent some time deliberating on the matter, and we are confident that under our instruction you have the potential to become one of Top 10 Entertainment's brightest stars." I hadn't moved, I hadn't blinked, and now I wasn't breathing. I could see the woman from the Noribong out of the corner of my eye, and she was leaning forward, nodding in agreement. "Thus we are prepared to offer you an artist contract," said Miss Jackie. "Oh, thank you so much," I gasped. This was one of those instant classic moments in life, the kind you tell your grandkids about and they say, "We know, Grandma, you've told us a million times already." I couldn't see Olivia from where I was standing, but it was so amazing she could have this memory too. "As you know, Top 10 Star Academy is an elite training center where only the dedicated succeed," continued Miss Jackie. "Only a fraction of our trainees debut, and then only a fraction of those become idols." "I understand," I replied. The soles of my feet were practically hovering off the ground. "It's enough just to know I'll be able to train with your voice teachers." "Becoming a Top 10 idol can change the trajectory of your life." Miss Jackie placed her folded hands on the table in front of her. "But make no mistake, the life of a trainee demands huge sacrifices. As such, we recommend you take some time to consider our offer and review the terms of our contract." She nodded to a woman sitting next to her, who handed me a thick stack of paper with a black business card paper-clipped to the top page. I took it from her directly, as if she were handing me my own beating heart. I took it from her delicately, as if she were handing me my own beating heart. "That is a generic contract and my business card. If you and your parents approve of the terms, our lawyers will draft a personalized contract, and once signed, you will move into the Star Academy immediately." "Thank you again, really," I whispered. I stood there in front of them, holding the contract tight to my chest. The weight of it seemed to be the only thing keeping me tied to planet Earth.